Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support on the channel. If you're new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other picker card readings posted for you guys into playlists. For those of you that would like to book a private reading, you can find my email down below in the description box, where you can send me an email and I will provide you on more information on booking readings as well as other services that I do provide. So today's pick a card reading, we are looking into where should you focus your energy at this time. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down because I just thought about it right now. I'm like, what am I going to do a reading on? So yes, where should you focus your energy? So we do have 3 piles for you guys today. And then we're going to shuffle the tarot. So what we're actually doing, I blended 2 decks together here, shuffled them all, and then split them out into 3 piles. So the pile that we have underneath each of the crystals, we're going to get your messages from your little stack of cards. We'll draw from this pile for, this deck for pile 3, this deck for pile 2, this deck for pile number 1. And then we'll also add in the tarot as well. So where should you focus your energy is what we're finding out today. And if you do feel drawn to more than one pile for this reading, that is perfectly okay. You may have messages that are kind of spread across the different piles. So if you feel guided to, listen to more than one, that is perfectly fine. So pile number 1, you are going to be this one here, and that is with this Ocean Jasper palm stone. Okay, it has a little bit of a darker side on that one. So Ocean Jasper for pile number 1. Pile number 2, you are going to be the red Hematoid Quartz, and that is for pile number 2. Okay. Pile number 3, you are going to be this Carnelian, which to me it looks like a potato. I don't know why. I always see it because it looks like it has the little things here, but this is Carnelian. It does have some little yellow spots back there. So that is going to be for pile number 3. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the crystals or the pile, whichever stack of cards that you feel you resonate with the most. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with the Ocean Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out where should you focus your energy. So as I said, I did mix 2 decks together for our reading today, and it is the Shaman's Dream Oracle and I believe the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay, so we're going to be getting your messages, your oracle messages from this little stack here. But let's look at your tarot first. And I'm using the Good Tarot today. So let's see, pile number 1. Where should you focus your energy? Where should pile number 1 focus their energy at this time? We have Temperance. Where should pile number 1 focus their energy at this time? The High Priestess. We have Strength. Wow, lots of major arcana. Where should pile number 1? Wow. We have the Tower. We have the King of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. Where should pile 1 focus their energy? The Eight of Wands. And then we have have the Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay. So I'm feeling, I want to see what this Tower is, but we started off with Temperance, and Temperance is, I mean, it says patience on here, so yes, that is one of the things. I am seeing the Fool at the bottom. I'm going to move these. The Fool is at the bottom. The Fool is about some type of leap of faith. It's about some type of new beginning here. Okay, starting something new, beginning something new. And I'm seeing the Two of Wands is right underneath that. So the Two of Wands is when there's a decision to make. There's a choice to make here. It's for some of you. And it could be, you know, embarking on some type of new journey, new beginning, whatever that might be. But I am kind of seeing how we have the word patience here, even though, yes, this is the Temperance card. Temperance is about balance, about creating harmony, equilibrium. And I'm also seeing that there's strength here. And the Strength card is about like mastering our internal energy. Not trying to force something, but more or less we're approaching a situation, or in this case, a decision or a choice here about some type of new start or new beginning, but more from a place where Spirit is wanting you to kind of go with the flow here. I'm seeing intuition here with the High Priestess, and also the King of Swords is about clarity, right? Clarity of action, decision, planning, a vision. And it may be about focusing on details here, looking at all the information, gathering information in a way that you're looking at something with very clear perceptive. Because the King of Swords is also a symbol of higher consciousness. So I am feeling, and I'm noticing that right here, she's got a little clock on her chest. And maybe there's timing of something for some of you. The timing of when, right? When to take this leap of faith. And I feel like because the Strength card, you know, we always see a lion within the Strength card for the most part. And that lion, think of that as something that's within inside of you, that wants to act, that wants to kind of do something, sometimes impulsively, you know. So the Strength card is about us learning how to control that little lion that lives within inside of all of us, so that little lion is not doing things impulsively without like thinking about consequences, or, you know, like if we're jumping into something right away, it's kind of like Spirit saying, let's calm, right? Very calm energy with Temperance. So this almost feels like a pause before action. And I do feel like it is something really important for you, because I'm also noticing in this Fool, this person has the little horn here. So it kind of reminds me of the Judgment card a little bit too. Like there's some call to action, like you're being called to start or begin something new. And there is action that's required here, because the Knight of Wands is about going after something, pursuing something. It could be a passion. It could be a creative idea. For some of you, it can even be traveling, relocating. The Eight of Wands can also talk about travel. The Wheel of Fortune is about going with the flow. It's also about reaching a turning point in our life where there is changes that are taking place, cycles. And so the Wheel of Fortune is about the ebb and flow of life, right? So I feel like Spirit's really wanting you to kind of take almost like this pause here before you take action. I am feeling like things are kind of happening behind the scenes for you too with the Eight of Wands, because this is talking about energy that's in motion. So some of you could have already set something in motion, or you could be feeling something shifting here for you. Something that is aligning you with your destiny. And maybe for some of you, it's about waiting for the right time, being patient with the timing. Being patient with the timing here. So It's almost like Spirit saying with the High Priestess, at this time, focus your energy towards your intuition, because your intuition is what is going to kind of usher you into this new beginning. When you hear the call, when you feel the call to change or to shift or to start or begin something new, that your intuition is going to be kind of like your inner compass, so you know where to flow. So not trying to force it with strength. This is about mastering our energy and, also so we have confidence in the actions that we take. The full energy comes in with a lot of, what do I want to say with that? Without fear, keeping ourselves open to possibility and potential here. So I do want to see what the Tower energy, maybe for some of you with some type of epiphany, some type of realization that you're having of knowing when to move, when to shift. And it's almost like Spirit saying, wait for the right time. Wait for the right time. So I want to clarify the Tower. So let's see here. Why is the Tower here? We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. This is a need for releasing any type of self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay. Or a feeling of defeat. Feeling defeated. Why is the Tower here? The Three of Wands. This is about future planning, something you're planning, or you're focusing your energy here. The Three of Wands is about foresight, thinking ahead, planning ahead. Why is the Tower here? Eight of Swords. Okay, so yeah. The Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, this can be a lot of overthinking, overanalyzing things that you're planning, that you're thinking about doing, that you're feeling the shift or feeling called to that direction, right? So it's almost like Spirit's kind of like, in a way, wanting you to focus your energy on the present moment, right here and now, and not so much thinking about, like when you take this leap of faith or you are embarking on a new beginning, that you're not so much fixated on all of the details for the future, right? Of needing to know like all the answers of how this is going to work out, how that's going to work out. It's kind of like Spirit saying, let's kind of withdraw or release that type of way of thinking when it comes to future, and more or less kind of focus on your internal energy so that you can kind of use that as your guide versus being in your head and thinking and thinking and thinking. It's kind of like bring yourself back into your body, bring yourself back into your body so you can listen to what your intuition is telling you. And then when it's time, you come in with this King of Swords energy here and make the choice, make the decision when the timing is right. So yeah, it kind of feels like to me like Spirit's kind of wanting you to focus your energy on internal, like what are you feeling inside? What is your gut feeling telling you at this time? Right? And maybe for some of you it is patient, be patient, like your intuition saying, hold on, don't get too far ahead of yourself. Let's just be present right now and just the way that things kind of work themselves out. Okay. So yeah, let's go into your or little oracle here. So we've got Pisces energy, Sagittarius, Leo. We also have Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio energy, Aquarius, Taurus. We also have air sign energy here, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, so let's see, Spirit. Where does pile number 1 need to focus their energy at this time? Where does pile 1? Right? So it's kind of like you're listening and waiting for the call, answering the call. You know, when is time to act? When is time to move, to shift? Or some of you can even be transmuting these energies, right? Releasing them. Could be about focusing your energy on restoring your balance from within side of the self, right? Because this right here will throw us off. That'll throw us off from our intuition, right? We start thinking fear-based thinking, egoic thinking, instead of what is intuition saying. Okay, so even the way that she's kind of touching the center of her chest is like she's listening, right, to her heart. What does it say? What is your heart saying? What is your intuition saying at this time? Right? Where should pile number 1 focus their energy? We have the Sky Bridge, and it says possibility for union. The Sky Bridge. And it kind of looks like there's these little steps here that are going all the way up to the sun. The sun energy to me is like the symbol of the masculine. So that's action, right? There's a lot of action energy here. Maybe some of you are about to, like I said, make some type of leap of faith here. Because if you look at the distance between this structure and this structure, there's nothing to help you get across here. So it's kind of like, I'm feeling like bringing it says possibility for union. Are you bringing, you know, some kind of, I'm even looking at kind of like what we saw earlier with the 2 of Wands at the bottom, the 2 of Fire. You know, even with the symbolism with this little giraffe here, and the Page of Wands is all about new adventures, discovering, traveling, exploring, new path. So with this 2 of Wands, I'm noticing that we've got a little giraffe here. It's holding a lantern, almost like that is the guiding light. But the giraffe is so much taller. It has a higher perspective, right? Which is kind of like the King of Swords. Higher consciousness, and the High Priestess is that connection to source. So in a way, it's kind of like spirits leading the way, right? Because there's a higher perspective here. And she's kind of sitting here on the giraffe down lower, right? Even kind of like in this cloudy area where the giraffe's head is above the clouds. The giraffe can see what the path is ahead, even though we cannot see it, right? So I feel like, yeah, for many of you, it can be some type of, right? Some type of leap of faith here. But it also requires you to be in a good headspace, right? In order to make this important next decision, because I feel like ultimately it is leading you towards your destiny. And like I said, this 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords can make us not so good, right? We start feeling defeated. We start getting up all this conflict and self-limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging thoughts, negative thinking, right, in our head. And that's like Spirit's like, that has to go. That has to go. So focus your energy on releasing these lower vibrational energies that are telling you something is impossible, or that you can't do this, you can't do that, it's never going to happen, right? Because there's this possibility. I'm also looking at that union as within you, right? The union between your feminine and your masculine energies and getting them to work together, bridging the gap in a way. Many of you are kind of like evolving on this next step on your path, on your journey, and it requires you to be in this space of a very confident energy, powerful, in your power, you know? Let's see what else. Where should pile number 1 focus their energy? And even looking at these numbers here, we have the number 4, which is the Emperor, masculine, and then we have the number 7, which is the Chariot. And the Chariot is about powerful movement forward, progress, traveling. It's about having willpower, the drive, the fire within us that leads us towards victory, towards success, towards, you know, being able to kind of get things done. Where should, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with that, with the Chariot, that is external force, external energy, where the strength is inside, internal. So it's kind of like, let's spirit saying here, get a handle on, before you start trying to make changes in the outside, let's get the inside in balance, in alignment, in union, so the rest can follow, right? Because if we're trying to move forward with something when our energy's all wonky, you know, when our head is not in the right place, our mind is not right, there's a need for you to focus your energy inside, internally first. And then when we're in that very sharp, clear head space, we can see clearly, right? What the path is ahead. We can use our little, you know, our little giraffe to help to light the way, where she's trusting, right? She's trusting in spirit to lead her. Okay, so let's see. Where should pile number 1 focus their energy? It's on you, internally, not externally, and not until we have that balance there. Where should pile number 1 focus their energy? Magic. And to me, this is your magic. What you create here. What you're manifesting. You know, being in tune with yourself. Right? Not letting fear, insecurities, anything hold you back here. We have Pachamama. This is Mother Earth, Gaia. This is creation. Right? So if we're creating here, and also this is 33. The 3 is the Empress, which is the feminine. Right? So maybe for many of you it is getting a handle on your internal energy, getting your 2 energies to work in tandem, right? Which is what you want with the Chariot. The Chariot is basically balancing of energies. If you notice, I don't know, for some of you that are familiar with tarot, you notice that the Chariot has a black and a white sphinx. That's balance, right? Balance there. Yin and yang, masculine, feminine, however you want to look at it. So you've got the masculine and the feminine, Mother Earth, feminine. So if we can bring your own energy into balance with temperance, right? Then we're prepared with the full energy. So it's like Spirit's wanting you to focus your energy on transmuting, right? Lower vibrational energies, releasing, letting go, and bringing your own energy into balance so that you are ready, prepared, knowing when to act. When is it time, right? By listening from within. We have Moon Maiden, new beginnings, right? Many of you focused on a new beginning that chose this pile. Whatever that means for you, right? Maybe it's a new house. Maybe it's a new city you're going to move to or you're going to live. It's a new job. It's a new project that you're starting. You're going to start taking better care of yourself. You're going to start exercising or eating healthy food. Who wants to do that? Some people do. I eat a lot of snacks, lots of snacks, especially after I do all these readings. But Yeah. So whatever that new beginning is for you, maybe it's working on your spirituality. Maybe it's starting your healing journey. Okay. Maybe it is following what your life purpose is, whatever that means for you. So where should pile one focus their energy? We have lay of the land with ancestral wisdom. Right? And I feel like with the high priestess energy, this is where we're able to listen to that, right? We can tune in. Once we have our own energy, like in a good place, we're practicing stillness, you know, quiet, listening with the high priestess energy. We are able to receive those downloads of energy. Let's see. And then we have the Rainmaker here. The Rainmaker. And in a way, I'm kind of seeing this Rainmaker as like, we have the earth energy here with Pachamama, Mother Earth. And, you know, the abundance that that also brings. But with the Rainmaker, this is kind of, to me, some source of nourishment. Not only that, for nourishment for the soil in a sense, for planting seeds, creating magic, right? Manifesting here, whatever that is that you're manifesting. But the Rainmaker, I'm also seeing this as an energy of purification, clearing. And that may be clearing of your own energy, right? Of the Five of Swords and Eight of Swords. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing Dream Thief here, and it says refusal of the call. So many of you, it's like this clock is ticking for you for stepping into your soul's purpose. Could be. Or something that your soul is calling or asking you to do. And like I said, for many of you, a turning point in your life with that Wheel of Fortune where there are changes that have to be made. And that's starting from within inside of you. You know? Some of you have many dreams, visions of things that Spirit's kind of like not wanting to see go to the wayside, that you're actually making them come true, right? Taking that risk, taking the leap of faith, believing in yourself. This is where it requires your energies to come into alignment, into balance, right? So that you can kind of fulfill your destiny. Refusal of the call. Some of you may have been ignoring, right? Like too afraid, like I really want to do this. I really feel guided to do this type of work or to do this thing, but I'm stressing out. I'm worried. Like, how's it going to happen? What if I do this? What if I do that? Right? It's kind of like, that's what Spirit's saying here about we're too far ahead into the future, you know, instead of focusing on what do we need to do right now? What can I do right now to do that? So it's like, don't allow these dreams that you have for yourself to be lost, you know? Answer the call of your soul, right? Kind of like I was saying, this looks like that to me with the Judgment card, even though this is the Fool. She's got that little horn, you know? So many of you are being called to step outside of your comfort zone and to do whatever this is. Of course, it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for all of you. Whatever that new beginning is, right? And maybe that is a lot of clearing, healing, removing these types of thoughts that are keeping your energy out of alignment or out of balance. So mastering the internal energy is something very important at this time. And maybe you find that through meditation, stillness, quiet, reflection, working on your self-esteem, your confidence, believing in yourself, getting your spark back. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay? But other way, it's you creating magic. It's you becoming a powerful co-creator with Mother Earth, right? Or divine creator, however you choose to look at that. Okay? So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. Pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the red Hematoid Quartz or Fire Quartz, this is going to be your reading today. So these are the oracle cards that we're going to be shuffling your messages from, but we are also going to be pulling your tarot first, and then we will get your messages from that deck. Okay? So let's do the tarot. So our pick a card reading topic today is, where should you focus your energy at this time? Okay. Let's see. Where should you focus your energy? Pile number 2. Where should pile 2 focus their energy? The Emperor. We have the Sun. Where should pile 2 focus their energy? We've got the King of Wands. Lots of fire energy. Look at that. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. 7 of Wands. This is all fire. We got the 7 of Wands too. We have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Swords. We have, wow, the Empress and the Emperor. And the 8 of Cups. Hanged Man at the bottom. Okay. I'm gonna move this over here. Put the Hanged Man there. Okay. What is going on here? Okay, so I'm feeling a couple different messages, so only take it if it fits or it resonates, but I am noticing that we have the 3 of air here, the 3 of Swords. And this can talk about pain, heartache, suffering, and a need for healing. Okay, so some of you may have had, and I'm seeing how we have both the Empress and the Emperor here. So some of you, this could be a soulmate connection or even a divine counterpart, twin flame connection that you could be in separation from. Okay, I am getting that energy here. And if that is the case for you, then I feel like where Spirit is wanting you to shift your energy is towards yourself, because there could be a lot of pain in separation and kind of like waiting for reconciliation. Because with the 8 of Cups energy here, normally we see somebody who's walked away. And that could be the case in this picture too. We've got a boat that's sailing away, or it could be coming in, but the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something. So let's just say the person's in the boat, they've left, and there's a person here standing on the shore. So some of you could have been in a divine counterpart, soulmate type of connection, and there has been a lot of resistance surrounding that connection for you. And you could be really focusing on reconciliation. Like, is this person coming back? When are they coming back? A partner, a spouse, even with the Empress and the Emperor. And I feel like with the Hangman energy, if that is the case for you and you're going through a breakup, you're going through something like that, a divorce, whatever it could be, that the Hangman is about a shift in perspective. Okay? A shift in perspective here. And I feel like if you are in that situation where Spirit is wanting you to focus your energy is more towards yourself. And that could be working towards emotional detachment from this person as best you can, working on your healing here. The 7 of Wands is a card of perseverance. So even though we're being faced with a challenge, obstacles, it's almost like Spirit is wanting you to reclaim your power and your energy from this situation. Okay? So that's the first message that I'm seeing. For those of you that where there's no love going on in your life, or you're not in that kind of situation, I feel like this is more or less about you also focusing on yourself, because we have both the Empress and the Emperor energy here. And these are our feminine and masculine energies within inside of ourself. Okay. The 8 of Cups energy here is more or less about us setting out on a journey of discovering the self. Okay. And I'm kind of seeing a lot of that as I've been noticing the last couple of readings. I would say at least for like the last week or two, there's been a lot of collective energy with aligning with our purpose already. It's like Spirit's like, hello, you guys need to like wake up and get in line with what your destiny is, what your dharma is, your purpose in life, right? No more playing it small, no more being thrown off track or distracted by people or situations or ways of thinking that are keeping you from what your path is, right? So I'm seeing this in a way that Spirit is wanting you to focus your energy. For many of you, it's going to be working on your level of confidence in yourself, your self-esteem, truly balancing out both your feminine and your masculine energies here. If you do feel like you have been feeling disappointment, heartache of any kind, doesn't just have to be love related, but anyway, right? If we're experiencing some type of loss here with the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands is about us kind of like picking ourselves up and continuing to move forward, because we all go through stuff. We all have challenges. We all face some type of adversity throughout our life, right? And some of us feel like, wow, this keeps happening over and over and over again. But I'm seeing this energy here where Spirit is wanting you, regardless of what situation you're in that I've just mentioned, that you get your power back, that you reclaim your power, that you bring joy into your life again, that you feel happiness, that you support yourself with loving people that are quality friends, family members, people that are giving you love, right? That you're surrounding yourself with that type of energy. And I feel like this with the King of Wands energy here, the King of Wands is an energy of creation and passion and confidence and charisma and leadership, right? So this is you in a way being the leader of your own life, right? Directing your energy towards yourself, because the Eight of Cups is about us letting go of things that no longer bring us fulfillment, things that no longer bring us happiness, right? So it's almost like Spirit's trying to help us to usher in a way, this new energy. And that requires us to fully embark on a discovery of the self, right? And I feel like for many of you, you've already been feeling this call to change or to shift or to, start to work on your healing journey. And it's like so many of us are going through awakenings, right? More and more that you hear, especially with, being me being a reader. I get so many clients and people that I'm just like, I'm going through my awakening. I just had my awakening that just started. I've been on this journey for a long time. So it's kind of like, it's happening to everyone, that is going through that. So there's a lot we learn, right, from this experience, from really delving into our shadow and our inner child healing and all these things. But through that process, sometimes painful and challenging, we're discovering who we really are. And I feel like that is where Spirit is kind of wanting you to focus your energy, is to loving and nurturing yourself, recognizing yourself, your feminine energy here as abundant, as beautiful, as handsome, as, loving yourself, respecting yourself, knowing what your worth is, knowing what your value is, knowing that you have the power to create, the power to manifest. The Emperor energy as the masculine is one that you are disciplined, that you are organized, that you are bringing about a stable, grounded energy, that you are making decisions, taking action, coming up with plans and strategies of how to create, right? Once we think about these ideas that we want to manifest, it requires our discipline of the Emperor energy, and for us to be our own authority, our own leader, right? Of the domain in which we wish to create and to live in. And so it's like Spirit's wanting you to not give up, not back down, not take less than you deserve. And that goes with anything: love, jobs, career, abundance, no matter what it is. So with the Hangman, this being a huge shift of perspective, sometimes we have to take a step back from certain situations with that Hangman energy, so that we can see things from a higher perspective, and the way that the Emperor does, right? Big picture perspective. And sometimes we might recognize there are certain people or situations that we're involved in that we need to remove ourselves from, right? So it's kind of like Spirit's wanting you to have enough courage and power within yourself to be able to let go of what those things are for you, right? And reclaim your power here. The Sun is also a beautiful energy of abundance and success and, achievements and coming full circle and reaching a path of enlightenment and I'm noticing a lot of, like I said, a lot of fire energy here in this reading as well. But we also have Libra, we also have Cancer energy here, Pisces as well, okay? So let's see from your little stack of oracle cards what Spirit is wanting you to focus your energy on. But yes, I'm feeling a lot of this is yourself. You finding balance here, working on your healing. Even this King of Wands, he's got his heart that's just glowing here, and that sun halo kind of like around his crown chakra. Let's see. Pile number 2. Where should you focus your energy at this time? Right? And if you are in a, you know, like I said, going through a separation, or you're in a situation like that where you've had a breakup and there's someone that you still, you know, love and things like that, a lot of that is going to be healing for you, but also shifting the focus towards yourself, right? Let's see here. It can be even working with others, connecting with others with the 3 of Cups. So surrounding yourself with supportive people. Where should pile number 2 focus their energy? Does not want to come out. Okay, so we have the giveaway. Okay, so the giveaway card talks about us being open to receiving blessings, abundance, what the universe does have to offer. Okay, so it says a lot, I feel like, about you also keeping your energy into balance and going after, right, things that are accessible to you. Abundance being your birthright, you know, happiness being your birthright, joy, happiness, fulfillment. And sometimes that does require us to change or shift our perspective. We have the mystical shaman. Many of you, this is going to be focusing your energy on the healing within inside, or the healer within inside of the self. Okay. Accessing knowledge and wisdom from the ancestors. We have the medicine wheel. And in a way, I kind of see this as you kind of discovering your own medicine. There's also a snake here and here. We've got an eagle in there. An eagle, which to me is about, again, that higher perspective. This little sweet little hummingbird in here. The hummingbirds they travel some very far distances to, you know, all over North, South, Central America. I'm sure in other places too, but migration, right? Movement, change, transition. And then I'm seeing here in your serpent card, I feel like for many of you, this is allowing for transformation. There's actually 2 snakes that are here. And then you have the Empress and the Emperor. To me, this is a lot of like Kundalini energy. Kundalini rising, awakening for many of you. Which I feel like is why it's important for focusing on the self at this time, because I feel like transforming both of these energies here, the masculine and the feminine. You're truly stepping into your power here, right? And almost in a way with the giveaway, it's kind of like you're receiving the gifts that are being offered through your divine nature, your feminine and your masculine. You know, the power that you have. Let's see. Where should pile number 2 focus their energy? Earth. Which to me says a lot about the present moment, right? You're focusing on yourself right now, keeping yourself grounded, And then we have the tree of life. Growth, you know, expansion in a way. And then we have the joyful muse at the bottom with inspiration, right? And that could be finding out what inspires you, right? You're getting to know yourself, discover yourself with that Eight of Cups there, right? We have in the hand at the bottom that says the universe is your partner. So a lot of this is you working with, you know, the universe, universal's energies, and there's your eagle rising above the fray. Okay, so yeah, I feel like a lot of this is you finding this growth within inside of yourself, right? A lot of this change and transformation that is taking place here within you. Yeah, I'm feeling like with the medicine wheel energy here, because it's also talking about the 4 cardinal directions, south, north, west, and east. And these things very important to us in terms of what we need to clear and remove from our life. What are we learning? What lessons are we kind of going over in our mind? Visualizing a lot of how you want this next chapter of your life, in a sense, to look like. You know, which connections in our life are draining? Are they toxic? What do we need to release? What do we need to let go of? Right? Connecting with your ancestors, connecting with your spirit guides. What lessons do I need to learn from these experiences that I have in my life at this time? You know, discovering what your passions are, right? So we're fully visiting all of these different spaces in our life to make sure that these things are in alignment for our highest good. And if not, this is where you're working towards releasing and letting go of these things, you know, which is what Spirit is saying here. So for some of you, yes, it may be a huge shift in perspective for you, right? To kind of take a look at all the things that are happening within your life and what needs to go. You know, even if it's a certain way of thinking, a certain way of doing things, you know, it's just very powerful energy in here for you, pile 2. Okay. So yeah, take some time, right? We have this little cat here who's painting his, what is it, a violin or something, maybe? He's being artsy, or she, but painting and discovering something, right? You're discovering yourself, who you are, what you like, why you're here, all of these things. And keeping yourself open to the abundance that life does have, right? And for many of you, that could be just opening your eyes to it, seeing it for the first time. If it has been something that's been, you know, blocked maybe for so long. Huge shift of perspective for you here. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with my little potato-shaped carnelian crystal, this is going to be your reading. So this is the stack of cards. I have 2 decks mixed together, and then I split the deck out into 3 little piles for each pile today. But this is going to be the pile that you chose that we're going to get your messages from after we pull your tarot. I'm actually going to move this over here because it's been in the way the last 2 piles. Okay. So let's see pile 3. Where should you focus your energy? Pile 3. Where should you focus your energy? Okay, let's see. Pile 3. Where should you focus your energy? Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups. I like that. Okay. Where should you focus your energy? The Hangman. Okay. Three of Pentacles. I like it. Where should you focus? Justice. Justice. Eight of Swords. Ace of Cups. And, yep, we've got the Death card. Okay, and then at the bottom, we've got the Messenger of Air, which is the Knight of Swords in this deck. And I'm seeing the Four of Cups is right underneath it. And I feel like that fits. So we're going to put, yeah, Five of Swords is right underneath that. Let's take both. We've got the Lovers here too, which is more or less going to be speaking about this balance the Spirit is talking about. But the Knight of Swords energy as your overall, this is talking about taking some kind of action here. Okay, and I can primarily see that it is coming from changing, as far as where you should focus your energy, is going to be working on changing the mentality, the way of thinking. And this isn't something that just happens overnight, okay? This is where we dedicate our time to self-improvement, okay? The Five of Swords energy can talk about self-sabotage, the feeling of defeat. And this can be our inner dialogue in the way in which we communicate with ourself. The Four of Cups energy, which I feel like has been coming out a lot for pile 3 lately. The Four of Cups energy can talk about boredom, indifference to life or to things that are happening in our life, people, situations. It's when we're overall feeling discontent, we're feeling unhappy, okay? So it's kind of like, in a way, this is Spirit saying, this needs to change, right? It needs to change. We got to change this. We got to work on this. So when we're in the Four of Cups energy, we can feel like there are no opportunities to change what our circumstances are. Nothing's going to get better. Nothing's going to improve. It's kind of like the Four of Cups is when we feel sorry for ourselves. We're having a pity party. Just like nothing's going right. Everything's going wrong. Everything's just not good right now, right? And so we get into that energy where we just lose hope. We lose faith, right? And with the Five of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups is talking about, you know, pain, grief, loss. You know, so some of you could literally be grieving, right? And if that is the case, of course, there's healing that is happening here. You're focusing on your healing for that. But the Five of Cups can also put us in a space where we are feeling hopeless, or you know, just kind of like in a low place, at least emotionally with this. So the Five of Cups in reverse is about you working on balancing out these emotions here. And if you look at this Queen of Cups, she's got her eyes closed and she almost looks like she's just in a very meditative state. There's a lot of calmness, a lot of tranquility. So it's kind of like, in a way, she's feeling into her feelings, her emotions. The Three of Swords energy is a card of pain, heartache, suffering, you know, feeling even some type of disappointment, right, that we could be dealing with in our life. Something that is discouraging, or, you know, something that's just kind of maybe even throwing us off balance. So the big thing is here, the Hangman. The Hangman is about a shift of perspective, right? So that's where Spirit is wanting you to focus your energy right now, is shifting away from, I feel hopeless right now, my situation's not going to improve, it's not going to get better, you know, to working on healing that type of mindset or mentality or emotion surrounding that, and to take action with that, with the Knight of Swords. Okay? To basically kind of like be on top of it, right? Be mindful when your thoughts start to kind of trail off into that way of thinking. You have the Three of Pentacles energy here, which I like because The Three of Pentacles is about laying the groundwork for a solid foundation, which means that if this energy here, the Four of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Five of Cups in reverse, has created any type of imbalances within you, with that change and shift of perspective, there's also emotional release here with the Ace of Cups. This is a lot of nurturing, a lot of healing from whatever this might be for you. The Death card is talking about change, transformation. It could also be about endings here, ending certain things in your life that do not serve, right? That could be a way of thinking, a way of feeling. So you're really working on healing that, right? So that you can have that shift that happens for you with the Hangman, a different way of looking at things, right? Because with the Four of Cups, we can see there's absolutely no way for life to improve in that energy, right? So it's kind of like you taking action here with the Knight of Swords of cutting through that way of thinking and shifting into this new perspective, helping you to change, helping you to transform so that you begin to rebuild the self in a sense. And for many of you with Three of Pentacles, this can even be about having people, friends, community, networking with people, using your resources in a way like, let's just say you are grieving, right? Let's just say you do have lost motivation or there's something going on within you that you get the help that you need, right? If that means going to therapy, if that means going to counseling, if that means getting a mentor, if that means, going and grabbing a self-help book at the bookstore or on Amazon or somewhere, right? You're getting what you need here. The Ace of Cups is also a card of new beginnings. So this can be shifting this energy into opening yourself up, because as you're clearing and healing this energy here, there's more emotional balance that comes along with, or emotional stability with the Queen of Cups. Okay. And this comes by you nurturing yourself, self-care, self-love, things of that nature, stabilizing your feelings and your emotions, right? Not allowing the emotions to control you, but more or less you being in control as best you can. That could be a lot of healing, a lot of emotional release here, but you're also working towards changing, transforming here within this. Justice is about balance, okay? So to me, a karmic balance happening here for you. And this could be when you are in a better headspace that you feel with the Justice card here that you're able to make the best possible choices and decisions that you can for yourself to rebuild the self, to rebuild your life, to make different choices, right? Because with Justice, this is all about consequences of our actions, right? Sometimes when we're making decisions or things like that from sometimes these lower vibrational energies, we end up putting ourselves in situations that we're not happy with, right? Because we're coming from that clouded space when we're making these decisions, not thinking it all the way through. Intuition could be blocked, right? Warning us, telling us, no, don't do that. Not this way, the other way. And we end up going the wrong direction at times, right? Or feeling like we're in the wrong place, wrong people, wrong situations, getting caught up, distracted off of our path. So with Justice, I feel like this is you being in a much more grounded, stable energy, at least emotionally, mentally, also with the Five of Swords, but that you bring about or even restore balance within inside of yourself. I don't know why, but her little ribbon here tied on the side, the way that it's tied here, it kind of reminds me of an ankh. An ankh. Where's my ankh at? But yeah, it kind of gives me, here it is right here. Doesn't that look like that? Her little loop on the side of her little, what do you call that? Her little ribbon. It looks like an ankh. So in a way, it kind of, I'm seeing that with the ankh energy there too, like some type of symbol of a rebirth, right? That could happen for you, a complete transformation of self. The Ace of Cups can also be taking your, because this energy can be very depleting, right? Depleting of our energy. So the Ace of Cups is where we take that time, because the Hangman's also about a pause, taking a pause. And if we take a pause to take time to fill our own cup, right? Restore, replenish in a way, we're in a much more, a much better energy, okay? to be able to create a more solid foundation for ourselves with that Three of Pentacles. Rebuilding, okay, is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, and with the Knight of Swords, this can also, if there is anything that you know within your heart of hearts that has to come to an end in your life, and your intuition's already been telling you, right? The Knight of Swords, maybe this is about you shifting towards having more confidence, right, in yourself with your actions, right? To end certain things. Maybe for some of you, it is work, right? Some of you, quite literally, the Three of Pentacles can talk about leaving a job that you know is something that's you're not happy with, right? And justice being that card of making decisions that serve our highest good, that you allow yourself to grow, you allow yourself to change, to shift, right, into new opportunities with the Ace of Cups, whether that means love, creative opportunities, self-love, healing that you're doing for yourself, or you're opening your own business, you know, because the Three of Pentacles can also be a card of entrepreneurship. Okay, so let's see from your oracle, where should you focus your energy right now? Transformation, change, emotional stability, shifting out of that Four of Cups energy, right? It's not really conducive to, you know, happiness or fulfillment. And if you are, you know, battling depression, anxiety, things of that nature, again, Three of Pentacles, community, get the help that you need. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay. Let's see here. Pile number 3, where should you focus your energy? Where should pile 3 focus their energy, Spirit? Where should they focus their energy? The wind. The wind. To me, this says a lot about release, right? Like in a sense, like releasing things to the wind. But also this is listening, okay? Because this is the element of air. So we're listening here in the same way this Queen of Cups does, but she's more a feeling here because she's the Cups energy. But this is maybe you're listening and feeling, okay? Listening and feeling. And maybe that's checking in with yourself. Am I okay right now? Am I really okay? Or do I feel sad? Do I feel depressed? Do I feel unhappy? Do I feel discontent? Do a check-in with you, right? So wind, yeah, to me, the element of air, you're listening here, maybe for words, guidance, wisdom, in a way that that spirit communicates with us, your ancestors communicate with you through the element of wind, the air. That could be you receiving messages clairaudiently, right? Listening and feeling with the Queen of Cups. So let's see here. Listening to your inner voice. Okay. Where should pile number 3 focus their energy? And also this reduces to a 9, which is the Hermit. Maybe you should focus on solitude, a retreat, a vacation, withdrawing your energy from people around you, going on a vacation if you can, or sitting in the backyard if you have one, the patio, in a quiet space in your home. It's a time for introspection. It's a time for reflection, a time for healing, a time for checking in with yourself. How am I doing today? How am I feeling? How's my mental health today? We have many paths. And so many paths, I feel like for many of you, this is, maybe for some of you, could be feeling pulled in different directions. It could be that you're not meant to just stay on one course your entire life, but that you're meant to explore. You're meant to try different things, explore many different things about yourself, about your talents, your hobbies, your skills, the things that you want to create, and allow yourself the potential for expansion and growth that you find within inside of yourself by not sticking to one thing and that's it, right? Like, let's just say you have a job and you're like, okay, this is it. I'm staying here for the rest of my life and I'm settling, right? Is that really what your soul is calling you to do? Right? Maybe for many of you, if you feel pulled in many different directions, maybe this is about you focusing your energy on, like I said, feeling and listening, right? What is my soul telling me or calling me to do? What needs to change? What needs to end? Whether it's something that you're doing within inside of the self or it is a situation around you, the people around you. Okay? And that can be like taking a very honest assessment of who you are as a person right now. Do you like the person you are right now? Do you want to make some changes? Do you want to grow? Do you want to evolve? Do you want to step into a newer, best version of self? Okay, let's see what else. You know, and I feel like we all have that one thing that we dislike about ourselves that we have to learn to like, right? You can think about yourself like who you were last week, last month, a couple of years ago. You know, what about that version of you do you like or dislike? And then kind of compare that to who you are right now, right? Have you changed? Have you grown? Have you evolved? Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with your life? We have Dragon's Hoard, and it says protecting the future, right? So how can we protect the future? How can we protect our future with this, right? This energy here, by changing it, right? Otherwise, again, with the Justice card, we're in this space where we're self-sabotaging, we're negative thinking, we're feeling defeated, we're feeling discontent, unhappy, right? And nothing changes. Guess what our future is? Just like this. Doesn't change, right? We're stuck in this. We're feeling stagnant here with this energy, right? So by you working towards protecting your future and who you are in the future, all starts right now. It all starts here. Right? Healing, transforming, growing, listening and feeling. Do I love myself right now? Do I love who I am? Do I want to change certain things about, you know, what I do or how I do it or the way that I think even, you know? So yeah, to me, this protecting your future is by you, maybe for many of you, it's a huge shift of perspective that can really help you, right? Expansion, growth. And there's two little keys that are here too. Two little keys that are hanging. And it's like Spirit saying here with these little keys, with that little light in the middle, like you hold the keys to your future. Find that light from within inside of yourself, right? Look at what you're letting go of. Look at how she's looking at kind of like these things she's releasing to the wind. Okay. Why was I holding on to these things for so long? Did I really need them? The fears or anything that we have? Let's see. Has this really served me? Has this way of thinking, has this way of feeling served my highest good? Right? We can use it as like a little temporary blanket for security, for something that's helping us through something, right, that we're going through. But maybe for some of you that has already served its purpose and now it's time to let it go. Pile 3. Where should you focus your energy at this time? We have dances on one foot with the balancing act. So maybe for some of you, this is focusing your energy on creating more balance within inside of yourself or even your life. Okay. Maybe for some of you, making more time for self-care, more time for rest, more time for introspection. Okay. We have the Sorcerer. This Sorcerer energy is a lot of our shadow. It's a lot of our dark side of the psyche. The dark side of the psyche. So for many of you, this is facing your shadow, facing your fears, making peace with your shadow, right? It's very much a part of you. Maybe for some of you have been running in shadow mode, let's just say for maybe too long, right? And there's a need for this clearing here. And then you also have a tidy house, and it says clarity and organization. So maybe for some of you, quite literally, where you need to focus your energy is on cleaning your house, organizing, getting rid of things, old things, purging, right? Clearing old clothes, old shoes, donating things, cleaning house, right? Or you can think of this symbolically of cleaning house in terms of the mind, the emotions, the feelings. Are these feelings and emotions and ways of thinking still serving me, right? You can think of this little house picture here as your mind, right? All these little doors and windows and all these little different places where we have stuff tucked away, you know, heartache and pain here, and over here we might have some traumas hiding behind that big wood one that we keep closed. Or over here we have, you know, that time that we went through this really bad breakup or this friendship thing, like all of these things, right? Delving into the darkness of your psyche, your subconscious mind, you know, and taking time to go through each of those little doors, right? One by one, and going into that room of where you have that memory, and allow yourself to feel your feelings, your emotions, or the ideas or the thoughts or anything that is surrounding them and still in that little room, and deciding, do I still need this here? Why am I holding on to this? You know? So yeah, it can be literally, like I said, your house, like, let's clean up. Like, let's wash the dishes. Let's organize the clothes, or get rid of old furniture or something, right? Or symbolically, you're cleaning house with inside of yourself, right? By delving into, I feel like, those darker energies that are there. And then we have sacrifice here, okay? So to me, with the sacrifice, it's about you, again, releasing, letting go, right? She's kind of got the little butterfly there that's almost, again, kind of the wind, releasing to the wind. Yeah. But that is what I'm seeing here for you, Pile 3. So I do hope that this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.